Perfect. So welcome back to episode 4 of Tech Trailblazers. Today I have a very special guest and I will I'll let her introduce herself, but we're just going to be discussing experiences in the industry, but also kind of her thoughts on diversity, equity and inclusion and maybe any improvements that we can make to an evolving industry like AI and data science. So without further ado, Valeria, if you could introduce yourself and a bit about you, that would be great.
Great. So hello everyone, I'm Valeria. So basically I'm a research associate at Manchester University, and basically my project is to develop a video-based app for people with tremor. So clinicians can record a video of their patients and objectively calculate the tremor. In general, I did medical engineering as my undergrad, and I did MSc and PhD in the world of data science, machine learning. So this is how I got introduced into that field from the engineering. I love tech, and that's me.
Amazing, thank you. And I guess you kind of covered it there, but I guess just twisting the question a little bit, what kind of made you get into the industry initially? Because obviously you went on to do your academic studies, but what kind of sparked that for you?
So from a young age, I really like to understand how everything works. I was taking apart mini toys and identifying like little parts of it and how I can change it. And after when I went to school, I really liked maths, physics, and like the world of healthcare. So I tried to combine everything, and this is how I got into medical engineering. But then, in terms of more data science and machine learning, so I applied for it's a doctorate basically. It's called a program CDT, which includes MSc and PhD, and it's a 4-year funded program. And we got a list for like several PhD themes. And the one that really got my eye was developing machine learning algorithms to classify the activities of people that didn't walk well, like people with rheumatoid arthritis and stuff like that. So again, it was something that included everything that I really liked, like helping people, but at that time, machine learning, data science was like really growing. So I thought that might be a good opportunity for me to learn that era, basically. And this is how I got into it.
Amazing, thank you. My second kind of follow-up question is, why do you think we have such an issue with diversity in the tech industry? And that leads on obviously to the AI industry that you're working in at the moment. What was your thought of why there are more girls in coding or different ethnicities in this industry? Do you have an opinion on that?
I think it's like mainly people I wouldn't say like more men to women or more whatever. It's like a lot of different groups that like underrepresented, and I think this comes from the like culture and the exposure that people have into tech. So for example, I'm originally from Cyprus, and it's not the same like in terms of tech. Cyprus is not that like have didn't grow that much, for example, as UK. And I think it's because we don't have here in Cyprus like a lot of people to get exposed to and see like role models and stuff like that, even though that nowadays like more people are getting like into tech and you can see more people or more women or more underrepresented groups. I think it's the exposure and the cultural areas that maybe some countries are not exposed that much because they didn't have the opportunity to get exposed to. You see, I think like this is my opinion, but if you get the opportunity and or someone like introduces you into tech world, I think more people will end up like, because now it's like everything works with tech, so everyone will somehow get into it. But yeah, I think it's more of cultural and exposure.
Okay, yeah, no, I know what you mean there. It's that sort of initial sort of opportunity to get involved a lot
Yeah.
of that time, and some people just don't get that. So no, that makes a lot of sense. And what is your experience working in a less diverse industry? How has that been for you?
So I remember myself like the first day that I went to uni, first year, I went to the theater room and it was like 200 people and I could only see 7 girls. Like, and I mean, it wasn't the first like when I saw it, it was a bit strange, but then after you get to know each other, it doesn't have any difference if you're like a man or a woman or like from any ethnicity like that you might be. So my friends were like from Iran, um, Malaysia. So it's basically, I think, if you click with a person, it doesn't matter like the ethnicity or like the gender or whatever. So um, again, I think it's exposure and be open to meet people, and if like if you are compatible with someone, then you can do the work that you have to do together. Um, so I wouldn't say that even though that we were like 7 girls, I felt like strange or like everyone was really friendly. And I think this is the main thing to actually be open, and if you want to do the work that you want to do, then you have to meet people, everyone basically, and have like a common goal to get work done basically.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the case there. Do you think it could be daunting for some people walking into that lecture room and just seeing no one that looks like you or no one that kind of you can relate to? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it might be hard for people that might be a bit more shy or they don't have like a lot of confidence. Like if they want to find a subgroup of those people. But I think we all have to, because everyone has like its insecurities. Everyone might be more comfortable with people that might look similar to them. But I think the most important thing is to be open and don't let that think like the feeling of I am different to like make you go away from the other people that don't look like you or don't behave the same like you. Just to be open and have in mind that everyone feels like that. So if everyone felt like that and everyone went like different way, then you couldn't do like a team and you couldn't grow. So remember that everyone feels like that, and we should be open to meet people and talk to them and find out like different perspectives from everyone.
Yeah, Okay, perfect. I think that's a great perspective to have as well. Um, and my last question would actually be, what advice would you give to companies who are trying to build up diverse teams? So like employers, what would you say to them? What would be helpful from your perspective?
I believe like um, have like several programs that a lot of people can apply, even if it's not like, maybe it's internships or like not actual work for permanent work, but have something more like for 3 months, bring a lot of people together to get to know the work of the company, and like take a lot of people, if that's possible, from a lot of ethnicities, gender, like everyone that might be of interest of your company, and guide them and put them like in different groups so they get to know each other, they get to know the company, they get to know the permanent employees, and like don't have in mind like a specific, maybe some industries, I don't know, or companies, they believe that men, for example, or people from specific country might be more of interest, I don't know, but be open as well to that, like or add some more stages into your interviews to actually get to know people. And I mean, if you all the companies should like hire someone that they think it's best for them, so it's a bit like it's a balance thing, I think. So my advice was to have like more of internships, group internships, um, so people might come together and learn about the company and have that diversity and the opportunity for like younger people to get to work within a diverse group. And then the company can decide like from whoever they want to hire actually. Um,
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting idea, and I do think in the UK particularly, I think we probably could push a lot more for internships because it works both ways. You know, you can
it's a win-win
find
situation.
yeah, you can find some superstars, but you also on the flip side you're getting industry experience, so everyone's really to gain in that situation. Okay, amazing. Well, thank you so much
Thank you.
for this. Um, and yeah, we'll meet again soon.
Yeah, thank you.